All right, welcome back, everybody, to another live stream here. This is live stream number 2 of the day. We obviously did Packers Vikings earlier today. Tough loss for my Packers here. But tonight, Sunday Night Football, we got ourselves a prime time matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. And obviously, the Bills 3-0, Baltimore coming off a big win last week against the Cowboys. I believe they are 2-1 so far this season, and they oh no, sorry, 1-2. My God, Jesus, it's been a while. It's been a while, but 1-2, they seem like a team that's 2-1 actually. Just the way that they have been playing the last week, and man, this is going to be a fun matchup. Two of the best quarterbacks, two of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the game. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. It's gonna be a fun matchup, man. Both of these offenses are looking good. The Baltimore Ravens finally got Derrick Henry going last week. Completely and utterly ran up and down that Dallas defense. Lamar is looking a little bit more comfortable. He finally has a running game that can support him, so he doesn't have to carry the entire offense by himself. And then Josh Allen and this entire team really has just been solid. The defense has been better. It seems like every week they are getting better. And the offense is finally not just being able to pass the ball with the receivers that they have, they've been able to run the ball fairly effectively. And Josh Allen, once again, does not need to be basically a Super Saiyan like he had to be in week one against Arizona. So the supporting cast around Josh Allen seems to be getting better and better as the weeks go on. They seem to be more comfortable. They seem to be really playing well. And both of the offense and the defense seem to be playing really well off each other, causing turnovers, capitalizing on offense. And if the offense seems to be struggling a little bit, the defense steps up, minimizing what the opposing offense can do, holding them to either punts or even field goals, giving that Josh Allen led offense a little bit of time to get into the rhythm, figure out what's going on, and then kind of explode when they do. So it's been fun to watch both of these teams. I think this is going to be my second stream for both of these teams. I know I did the Bills when they were going up against Miami earlier in the season, and I think I did Baltimore. Um, was it the Chiefs game? I actually might have not actually streamed that game. I think that was week one, so I didn't get a chance to stream that game. But so either way, it's gonna be a fun matchup on Sunday night. Should be a great explosive offensive. I'm expecting at least close to 60 points. I think it's gonna be a good one. As dumb as this may sound, I think if Baltimore can establish the run with Derrick Henry, I think their defense is good enough that they can hold Josh Allen and this offense to under 21 points. So if that happens, I think once again, if Baltimore can control with Derrick Henry, if Derrick Henry goes off for at least a buck 25, I think we're looking at a 20 to 31 victory for Baltimore today. That's my prediction. Does it hold any water? Absolutely not. But it's okay. Oh, they got Ray Lewis here. All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to mute this because I gotta hear this guy. All right. I am back here. I just needed to hear Ray Lewis, that nice little speech there. That guy's always so intense, man. That guy, you can tell, man, it must have been a pleasure to play with that dude. Not just on the field, but leading up to the game. He's always the guy that's speaking to the team, getting them riled up. Yeah, man. Ray Lewis was a different kind of human. Showing DeMar Hamlin getting his first career pick last week against Trevor Lawrence there. Overthrown ball. All right. Justin Tucker is putting the ball on the tee, so we're going to be starting up here just a few seconds, man. And the kick is off, and it's going to go out the back of the end zone. And the Buffalo Bills will start with the ball here, and it'll be at the 30. Bills start out in the shotgun, tight end in motion, little bunch set, screen to the tight end. It's going to go down at the 35, a gain of 5 for Dalton Kincaid there. Second and 5, shotgun, quick pass out to Khalil Shakir, and that is going to be Kyle Hamilton just driving down, hammering down on Khalil Shakir for a loss of about 1 there. Just a great job by Hamilton just sifting through the bodies there and then just driving to Shakir on that little bubble screen, slot bubble screen. Third and 5, only lost about a half a yard. Looks like Shakir in motion, shotgun, running back to his right. Josh Allen runs the ball, and he is going to be close to a first down. And it looks like they're going to give him the first down. Allen took a little bit of a shot there, but nothing too crazy. And I always thought it was where the quarterback began his slide. If that's true, then he's, I would say, about half a yard short of the first down marker. Granted, I know it's Josh Allen, so referees always kind of tend to give the premier guys a little, little extra more, you know, give them an extra half a second on the play clock to get the snap off, give them a little quarter, half a yard. But if I'm the Ravens, I'm like, come on, man, better be consistent with it. It's gonna be a very tight. Oh, they're saying he did not get it, so it's 4th and inches, even though the ref on the field pointed for a first down. They're gonna do the Philly push here, and they're gonna get it for a first down on 4th and inches. Now, what can we call this? Obviously, I don't want to call it the brotherly shove or the Philly special, basically. And Josh Allen's helmet gets ripped right off of his head. Holy cow! And that little mass of human beings. What do you think? Buffalo Stampede? Can we call that when it's a quarterback sneak for the Bills? All right. Under center, hands it off to Cook, who cuts up field up the middle, and it's going to get close to the 50-yard line for a nice gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and 2, just shy of the 50-yard line. Allen checking in, hands it off to his running back, and he is going to be met at the line of scrimmage for a gain of nothing on that one. Great job by Baltimore's defensive line, holding the line and then getting penetration. And it was the big man up front, number 98 Jones, able to get off the block, defeated the looks like the left guard, and able to bring down the running back. Empty set, snap. Allen scanning the field, and he finds his man, but unfortunately, Kincaid cannot hold on to the ball. It is going to be 4th and 2 for Baltimore. And the Bills will punt here. They are not going to go for it on 4th and 2. Punt is away, and it's going to be fair caught at about the 13-yard line for the Ravens. With 11:02 on the clock, Baltimore will start at their 13 here after the break. All right. Looks like we are back from commercial break here. It's going to be a handoff to Derrick Henry, who bursts through the line on the right side, and he is off to the races. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Derrick Henry on the first play from scrimmage for the Baltimore Ravens, going 70, sorry, more than 75 yards. They started at the 13. That is going to be an 87-yard run for Derrick Henry. Holy cow. One play, 87 yards, 12 seconds for the Baltimore Ravens to get the scoring started here in Baltimore. Woo! The king has arrived. He is still got it, man, breaking away from everybody on that play. There wasn't a single Bills player that touched him on that one. Jackson was in the pistol, two tight ends on the right side. Derrick Henry ran just to the outside of the right tackle and then just outran every Bills player. DeMar Hamlin took a bad angle, was very much to the inside, trying to match one of the tight ends that was tight to the line. And wow, just like that, man. Derrick Henry, 87 yards on one play. And that's, I mean, my dude, he still has it, man. Still has the speed. He can run with power. He's not always known for his speed, but definitely had enough speed there. 10:50 left. Tucker kicks it off, and it goes into the end zone, and it's going to be down by the Bills. Josh Allen will start at the 30 for their second drive here. This Bills offense is going to try to respond with that explosive first play, first drive from Baltimore. Wow. All right. Allen in the shotgun hands it off to Cooks, who weaves his way up the middle, gain of about 8 on the play. Sea Storm, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Josh Allen in the empty set, gets the ball out quickly to his tight end, and Kincaid is going to spin his way all the way for a first down. Bills, gotcha. Man, they're versatile, man. They got a solid defense. Fortunately, they did not play well in that last Ravens play there, but We all know, man, this Bills offense, they can explode. And Josh Allen gets it out to the left, finds Cook sitting down on a nice little stick route, and it looks like it's going to be a first down for the Bills. I know, right? Commanders 3-1. What a That was not on my bingo card for the 2024 season. That is crazy. And it's going to be is that a fumble? Holy cow. Yeah, man, Jaden Daniels. I mean, I did that what was it? The Commanders versus the Bengals live stream. That kid just impressed me, man. Not just with the way he was able to handle the pressure, just the throws, man. The throws that he was making, they I don't know how to describe it. When you see like an Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, kind of guys like that throw the ball, how clean that ball comes out, the way it travels through the air. That's what I saw with Jaden Daniels. It's like the eye test. And Jaden Daniels, the way he was delivering the ball on that day against the Bengals, against Joe Burrow, who is an impressive quarterback himself, the fact that you outshined a guy like Joe Burrow, that right there, that's all I needed to see. Where I was like, okay, this guy can be a good quarter, not only just a good quarterback, he could be a potentially franchise quarterback, and he just needs to hopefully have a good coach, get some more playmakers around him, and that kid, I think he's going to do a lot in this league. That's exciting. And it's going to be a handoff to Cooks, who gets blown up in the middle of the field here. It's going to be a gain of maybe a yard or two, but it's like a shot. It's going to be 2nd and 6 here. Fakes the handoff to Cook. Josh rolling out to his right, has pressure, and is going to just throw it out of bounds. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Cowboys, man, I feel like I think it's a depth issue for the Cowboys. Like, you have your top wideout, you have your quarterback, you have one or two good offensive linemen, but the running game obviously is not where it needs to be, and there's no depth behind CD, at least what it looks like. Snap, Josh Allen gets the ball out quickly to his tight end in the flat. It's going to be a nice gain, enough for a first down for Buffalo. 7:48 on the clock. And then unfortunately that defense is just it just looks lost right now. That that Cowboys defense looks they can't stop the run. They're struggling to really hold on and stop the explosive passing plays. They're not giving a ton of yardage, but they're not limiting. They're getting beat deep. They're getting beat with the big chunk plays, and that's just as bad as if were giving up 400 yards, in my opinion. And Josh Allen pressured, scrambles out to his right. There's going to be a flag on the play, and looks like it's going to be on the Bills for holding, as Josh Allen didn't even try to throw the ball. He already knew what was happening. I can definitely see that, man. Yeah, they're just something with the Commanders this year. They just look like a team that is they don't have as much star power as maybe the Cowboys and Phillies teams, but they're playing well. They're playing complementary football, as overused as that term is, especially nowadays. And it's a quick pass by Allen to the right, gets it out to Mac Hollins, who gets a decent amount of yardage on first down. But once again, the talent, the star talent may not be there. The names may not be there for the Commanders, but I mean, they're playing well, man. They're gelling. They kind of remind me a little bit of the Packers last year. A lot of young guys that, once again, their names are not huge, but they work well with each other. They know what to expect from each other, and that chemistry is building very quickly, and the talent is starting to show a lot more here. Josh Allen needs to get the ball out quickly, has a lot of pressure, gets the ball out to Shakir in the middle here, makes a man miss and gets a good amount of yardage. It's going to be about a yard or two short of the first down. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, more than anybody else, I feel happy not only for the players that are there that have been with the Commanders for a long time. I feel I feel good for that fan base who has had to deal with the Dan Snyders, the the awful conditions in that stadium. Was it a couple of years ago? There's like pipes bursting on top of them. Um, not only just having a bad team for a long time, all the off the field issues with team owners, general managers, you know, all these like lawsuits and just things that make being a fan of a team just awful. And I'm just kind of glad that the Commanders are the Commander fans are finally getting something to root for. And it seems like there's decent human beings also running that team now. So, right now we are in a commercial break, so we're not missing anything here. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun season, man. There's gonna be a lot of people, a lot of teams that I think were not expected to be as in the hunt. Once again, it's only week 4. A lot of things can happen, injuries, things like that. But it's exciting to see some of these teams that nobody really was expecting much of, and they're changing things a little bit. So, and what did you think of that Patriots 49ers game, man? I don't know how long Brissett is going to be able to hold up, man. That guy is just taking. Seems like every other play he is just getting walloped by somebody on the defense. That was another tough game to watch. I watched that one. I didn't stream it just because it was already like in progress. But man, that was a rough one to watch for Brissett, man. If I'm him, I hope he gets a bonus for just something, man. Whatever they're paying him, it's not enough. That poor dude is just getting destroyed in the back, in the pocket. Yeah, unfortunately, what it just seemed like that. What was it? The Patriots were able to score a field goal just before the half. I think it was like a 63 yarder. It was like a franchise record. And then the 49ers fumbled the opening kickoff in the second half. Sorry, and Patriots were able to recover, score a touchdown, made it 10-20. But then after that, it was just a slog to try to get any more yardage and more. Yeah, that unfortunately, like Joey Bosa, man, if you look at the highlights, he was just utterly destroying that left tackle. That left tackle bare. So there were some times where he was untouched, and it's not like the left tackle was blocking somebody else. The tackle was just not fast enough to get kick it out and make Bosa go wide. While Bosa was just timing that snap perfectly. Yeah, man. Chiefs Nation, dude. Like I said, man, Mahomes and that, no matter how bad they play, they always just seem to be able to find something. Something late in the game. It always happens in the fourth quarter. They could be down, 21 to nothing, and I would still be like, they can put up 21 points in probably less than 5 minutes. So yeah, man. Um, yeah, that Chiefs team is just I don't trust. I don't care how bad they play. I don't trust it. They're gonna find ways to win. Last time I saw, I think I switched over to the 49ers game. Last time I saw they were down 10 to nothing, and I just saw here that they scored 17 unanswered points. So not at all surprised. Josh Allen dropping back, 3rd and 7, and he is being chased out of the pocket, rolling to his right, throws it deep. There is a flag on the field, and Baltimore plays it perfectly, batting the ball to the ground. Looks like this flag is going to be on the Bills. It'll probably be declined, and it will be a 4th down for the Bills here. So yeah, it's going to be a holding call on the Buffalo Bills. Right now, through the first couple drives, man, the Bills' offensive line has been struggling trying to keep Josh clean. Luckily, he's been able to roll out of the pocket and buy some time so he doesn't take a hit. But right now, Baltimore's front seven, they are putting a lot of pressure on Josh. And it's going to be 3rd and 17. The Baltimore Ravens did accept the penalty, trying to obviously get the Bills out of field goal range. Josh Allen takes the snap and immediately it tucks and he runs and he'll get a couple yards. He'll be around the 30-yard line, making this a little bit more of a manageable or at least a more makeable field goal attempt. Snap nearly went over Josh's head. And they're going to send out Tyler Bates to attempt a 50-yard field goal. And the kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Buffalo is on the board with a field goal. It is 3-7 Baltimore here. So far, it's been an interesting game. Baltimore's defense looking solid. The Bills, they just can't seem to find. You can tell Josh Allen is looking deep for the explosive play, and Baltimore is not giving it to him. He's having to dump it down to tight ends and running backs and kind of get those basically those stick routes. And Baltimore's done a great job of rallying to the ball. All right, let's look around. Let's look around the league here. Let's look at the afternoon scores. So Dallas, oh not Dallas. We already saw that game a couple days ago. Let me see here. Ba-ba-ba-bum. So yeah, San Francisco beating New England 30-13. I saw that game. That was a rough one. For a couple minutes there, New England was kind of getting stuff going. They were looking solid on defense, but the offense just never could get anything going after a player here, after a big play here or there. They were just they just could not keep it going. Could not extend the drive any further. Washington, man, just blowing out Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals there. I thought that game was going to be a little bit more competitive than it was. I know Arizona has been struggling late this season, but I was expecting a little bit of a closer game. I thought their defense was going to be a little bit more competitive this season, and it just seems to be one of the weakest points on that team. On top of the offensive line, who cannot block anything. Kyler Murray's just been running for his life since basically week one. They looked good in the first half against the Bills, but then that second half, they just shut down Kyler Murray. They were getting to him, forcing him to make bad passes, getting out of the pocket, and it's just been like that for the last 3 games now. Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at the box score on that one. That just looks like a crazy, crazy. And Tyler Bates' kick is out the back of the end zone, and Baltimore will start at the 30. Jesus, dude, Jaden Daniels, man, he's been efficient. 26 of 30. 26 of 30. Holy cow. 233, one touchdown, did throw an interception, ran for 47 yards and a score as well. Jesus. Yeah, that that kid, man. All right, first and 10, tight end in motion. It's going to be a fake to Henry. They get the ball out to the wideout. That is Flowers with the catch and run. Nice little bubble screen, and he's going to be close to a first down. First and 10. Fake the handoff to Henry, and Lamar runs up the gut, gets about 7 yards on the play. And I think Baltimore, at least what I'm seeing so far through the first couple plays here, is that they are really attacking basically kind of they're really attacking the middle linebackers. They're trying to get those guys running east to west because this defensive line for the Bills, I believe, is their strength. That's where they have the most depth. They have the most power. Derrick Henry gets the handoff, stiff arms a guy to the ground, and he's going to get enough for the first down. 3:06 on the clock, and if you want to sync it up, it's 3:02, 3:01, 3, 2:59, 2:58, 2:57, 2:56. Ball is at the 50-yard line, first and 10, and they have so many guys, especially on the middle linebackers. Matt Milano is out. Terrell Bernard, who was actually their starter coming into the season, I believe he was injured about a week or two ago. And Lamar scrambles, passes it to Hill. Nice little flat route by the running back, and he is going to be close to a first down. I believe he did get to the marker. And as of right now, man, they are really seems like they're really trying to target DeMar Hamlin. They're really isolating DeMar, making him kind of make the tackle by himself. It's going to be a handoff on second and inches. Derrick Henry nearly gets away from a tackle, but it's going to be enough for a first down for Baltimore. It's got the highest 82%, man. Those are like Madden numbers. And if you look at his passing, man, he's putting up 200, 250. Like it's not just like small little dinks and dunks here. You see that quite a bit with some backups. I mean, he's putting up some yards, man. So that's a very encouraging stat right there. And Buffalo is going to get a unsportsmanlike conduct. One of their defensive linemen kneeing one of the Baltimore offensive linemen in the head. Not a smart play, right in front of the ref too. Jesus. So you can tack on some more yardage to that. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 21. Lamar makes a man miss in the backfield, and he's going to get about 3 or 4 yards on the play. It's a nice little run up the middle by Lamar. Yeah, man. Jaden Daniels, he is looking like, I mean, he's playing like a second overall pick. And it's been a while since we've seen a player that is kind of like, CJ Stroud had an amazing rookie season, but he is not as dynamic of a player. Daniels is definitely more in the vein of Lamar, and it's going to be a running back screen to Hill, who goes up the middle, has some blockers, and it's going to be a big first down for Baltimore. They're going to be inside the 10 here. Baltimore is just driving down the field, and I mean, it's been effortless. Whether it's a pass, it's a run, whatever it is, this Bills defense has not been able to stop them. Yeah, this drive, 7 plays, 66 yards in only a little over 4 minutes. I mean, they're gliding down the field here at this point. Lamar under center gets the handoff to Derrick Henry, who is going to get stopped up in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 1 at the 5. And I mean, at this point, I mean, Jaden Daniels has to be the front runner for offensive rookie of the year. Can't really, I haven't looked at every single rookie. I know, let me see here, Marvin Harrison Jr. is having a good season so far, but I mean, just the impact that Jaden has had on a franchise that I think we talked about it earlier, that has been almost like snake bitten for the last like 20, 25 years. And I think the last time they had this much hope was when they drafted RG3, and that did not last long because unfortunately he ended up tearing that knee at the end of his rookie season, and he just never was the same after that. So hopefully Daniels can stay healthy and just kind of really grow as a passer and just hopefully lead this team to some success, some sustained success. Yeah, looking at the Commanders and Cardinals game, Kyler Murray was solid. He was 16 of 22, a buck 42, one touchdown, no picks, but was sacked 4 times. Jason Connor had a nice game for him, man. Ever since they picked him up, man, James Conner has just been just a solid quarter everywhere he's gone. I think he started out in Pittsburgh and obviously went with the Cardinals after that. He's just been solid all around. Heck yeah, man. I'm saying I'm hoping it's not another blowout here, man. We've had a couple of those today. So I'm hoping this Sunday night game can kind of be competitive. The Bills, they really need to get going a little bit on offense. This defense really needs to show up a little bit. I know they have some injuries. They're missing some key players, but Lamar has shown that if you're able to kind of, you know, disrupt the rhythm of his receivers, he is going to try to. He'll give you some. He'll give you one or two throws there that you can get your hands on. All right. It should be second and goal. Ball at the 5. Tight end in motion. Then they get it to Derrick Henry, who is going to get to the edge, and he is in for his second touchdown of the day. First touchdown was on the first play of scrimmage for Baltimore. He took it 87 yards untouched for a touchdown. And on this one, just ran a nice little, basically a nice little flat route and was just be able to beat everybody to the edge there to get in the end zone just inside the pylon. And Tucker's kick is up and it is good. So the score is going to be Baltimore 14, the Buffalo Bills 0. And we got 14:55 left in the second quarter. And I was completely wrong by the score. I completely forgot the Bills actually scored a field goal. I don't know what I was doing. It's 14-3, not 14-0. I swear I'm watching the game. I promise. I promise. All right. Kickoff is going to be in the end zone, rolls out the back. Josh Allen will get the ball at the 30 here. Shotgun, two receivers to the left. Receiver goes to the outside. He gets the ball out to number one. He's got some blockers, and he's going to get a nice gain of about 8. That is to the former Washington Commander Samuel, I believe. I think that's Curtis Samuel. All right, it's a good play to get this going here. Bills definitely need to score on this drive because at this point, the Bills defense has not looked strong. And it's a handoff to Cooks, who, after a gain of about a yard and a half, just almost gets bent backwards. Should be about 3rd and 2 for the Bills here. All right, 2nd and 1. There's a couple players shifting around. Receiver moves to the left. Tight end moves to the right. It's going to be a option play, and Josh Allen nearly gets taken down in the backfield. Has to get the ball out quickly, and Knox is not going to be able to get to the first down marker. And this Baltimore defense, man, they are flying to the ball. They are being aggressive, and they are not giving the Bills any time to get anything going here. Josh Allen had to throw that quick. And that was to Dawson Knox for a gain of about half a yard. It's going to be 4th and 1, and the Bills are going to send out their punter. And the punt is away. It's a decent punt. Unfortunately, it's rolling back, and it's going to be down just inside the 20. So right now, Baltimore's defense and their offense are looking real strong on this Sunday night game. All right. Got a couple people in the chat here. Obviously, Sea Storm. What are you looking at? Are you watching the game through me, or do you have it on your TV as well, my friend? And first and 10, ball at the 19, fakes the handoff, finds an open man down the field, and that is Isaiah Likely with a massive gain, and that's going to be a big first down for the Baltimore Ravens. Just a nice route by Likely. Flowers was running the go route, a nice little high-low concept. Flowers was on the outside running the deep route, and Isaiah Likely was able to just to make a nice deep out route underneath in between like the safety and the linebacker. So ball at the 45 and snap, gets the ball out to the left to his tight end and he drops it. And that was to the tight end, Andrews. Wide open, wide open. If he catches it, not only is it a first down, he probably gains an extra 5 or more yards after the first down marker, but he just did not haul it in, took his eyes off the ball before he really secured it. You don't see that a whole lot from Mark Andrews, man. The guy is about as sure-handed as you're going to find in the NFL. So second and 10, and it looks like it's going to be a false start here. The right tackle, Baltimore, Ronnie Stanley, moved, so that's going to push him back 5 yards to the 40. And there's going to be the clock is stopped at 12 minutes here. Shotgun Receiver in motion, fakes the handoff to Henry, who dumps it down to Henry, and he's going to get to about the 44-yard line, gain of about 4. And the clock is rolling. If you want to sync it up, it's at 11:30, 11:29, 11:28, 11:27, 26, 25. All right. Three receiver bunch to the right. Lamar in the shotgun, throws it down the field up the middle, and it is going to go to Nelson Aguilar for a big first down. Huge, tight coverage, tight window. But Lamar is able to get it to his veteran wideout there. It just seems like that ball was almost popped out. Ball is at the Bills 44. Tight end in the fullback position in the backfield. Lamar fakes the pass. He hands it off on a delay to the running back who just burst up the middle. That is going to be Hill, and that is going to gain 11 yards and another Ravens first down. Yeah, Lamar faked the pass, opened up the middle there. The pass rushers went with the fake to the left, and then Hill just ran in behind the pass rush and then just stuck his nose right into the tackler's body, enough to get the first down. So 11, boom, boom, boom. Gets the handoff to Henry there. Three receivers were to the left, and Derrick Henry barrels through for a couple yards here, gain about 5 or 6. And there is another Bills player down. Was trying to take down Henry and took a big shot there. Oh, and that is the safety wrap number 9 there. Was coming in for the tackle, and his helmet, or his head, I should say, just smacked into Derrick Henry's freaking massive thighs. And it looked like he was just kind of knocked out there for a second. Was very slow to get up. He looked groggy, and yeah, hopefully he's all right. Hopefully he's okay, man. It always stinks to see those kinds of hits, man, just because it's kind of reminds me of like the Tua thing. You never want to see a guy take a shot like that. It's one thing, you know, you get hit hard, but it's mostly like a physical thing. It's a whole other thing when you're dealing with the head. Yeah, Rap man, he basically launched himself in there, but man, it always stinks to see something like that. And Henry's I mean, it's an understatement. The guy is huge. It's a huge human being. He's even huge for the NFL. All right. Obviously, an injury timeout here. All right, looks like we are gonna be back here in a couple seconds. They're doing that side to side commercial on the left. Ravens are in the huddle. Yeah, man, that was a big hit, man. That Rap took. Good news is Rap is on the sidelines. He's walking a little bit. Does not have his helmet, so obviously going to be evaluated for concussion. And it's going to be a handoff to Derrick Henry there. Bounces off his lineman, tries to find another hole, and it's going to be taken down for either a minimal loss or just a no gain. But there is a flag. It's going to be holding on Baltimore there. It's going to move him back 10 yards. And that is going to be on the guard, Patrick McCary. Hmm, not too much of a hold, but all right, that moves the ball back to the 37. It'll be second and 14 for Baltimore. Clock is at 9:12. Lamar fakes the handoff to Henry, has plenty of time, and nearly finds a man down the field. And that was to Aguilar again, who nearly one palmed that out of the sky. There was some tight coverage, and good thing, and that was a good thing that Aguilar just put that palm up there. Otherwise, that was going to be overthrown, and it was going to be a easy interception for Rasul Douglas, the former Green Bay Packer. Yeah, it was a flag on the right on the left guard. Sorry, the left guard for Baltimore there. And snap gets the ball out quickly to the running back who has space, and he is going to go all the way down for a big first down. Huge gain of 15 on the play, and that was for Hill. Hill is having himself a game, man. Justice Hill. He is not only he's the leading receiver for the Baltimore Ravens. He has 3 catches for 38 yards, and that was his longest catch and run of the day so far. To put that into perspective, the nearest receiver in terms of receptions and yardage is Isaiah Likely with 1 catch for 26 yards. Baltimore in the eye, tosses it to Henry, who has a fullback and a head of steam. It's going to get all the way, gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. Clock is under 8 minutes. It is at 7:54, 7:53, 7:52, 7:51, 7:50. If you want to sync it up. Derrick Henry on the sideline, gain of 3, second and 7. Zay Flowers in motion to the left. Ball's going deep. He has a man wide open, and that is Justice Hill, who got wide open in the end zone. Holy cow, he got way behind the coverage there. The safety never rolled to the right side there. He stayed to the center, and the corner just never corner was expecting Justice was expecting some help over the top there. And Baltimore is just ripping apart this Bills defense. Justin Tucker's kick is up, and it is good right down the middle. And right now, it is an 18-point lead for the Baltimore Ravens with 7:34 left in the half. Yeah, Derrick Henry is also already over 100 yards rushing on the day. Obviously, that 87 yarder on the first play, obviously playing a big big factor in the yardage here, but still had after that he has 5 more carries for 17 yards, so not a bad average there for him. All right, well, we got a little bit of time here. Sea Storm, I think we were talking about movies earlier today. What's a movie you've seen in the anything recently, man? Anything you're liking? Any shows? Any movies? Oh, right on, right on. I'm trying to think. Is that the that's the one that won an Oscar a couple months ago, right? Let me see here. The Boy and the Heron. Is that the one? Yeah, that one really looked interesting to me. Would you recommend it? Oh, the Deadpool movie. Yeah, man. It's I think if obviously if you were a fan of the first two, it's in the same vein. If you like the first two, you're gonna like this one as well. Yeah, I took my some of my family members to go see it. Some of the little ones, not little, they were clearly in high school, but yeah, they wanted to go see it, so I took them with, and they had a blast, man. And Josh Allen tries to get it to Shakir, and unfortunately, nearly intercepted there. Oh, sorry, not Shakir. It was to Mac Hollins, and pass was nearly intercepted. Luckily, he threw it so hard that it just glanced right through the corner's hands. Second and 10, ball at the 30. Yeah, we need the Bills to kind of wake up here. This is starting to it's gonna be starting to get a little rough here. Throws it out to Shakir in the flat, and he is gonna get very minimal yardage, maybe 2 yards. Should be about third and nine, third and 8. All right. Allen in the shotgun has a fullback and a running back ahead of him in the backfield, and the Baltimore Ravens are gonna wrap Josh Allen up in the backfield, and that is gonna be a huge sack. Looked like Kyle Van Noy was one of the guys to get there first. There we go, man. You see this with those defenses all the time. You saw it with a little bit with the Vikings earlier today when they had a big lead. That pass rush. Once these teams start getting the lead, they start letting that pass rush get a little bit more aggressive, start playing with a lot more confidence. And all they're doing is just kind of playing soft coverage because they know they're going to be an obvious passing situation. So unfortunately, the Bills are going to punt it here. Ravens get the ball. They're going to return it here. And it's going to be downed at the 29. Baltimore will get the ball back with 5:59 left in the half and have an opportunity here to potentially push this to a 25-point lead before the half. All right, while we're in a timeout, I'm going to grab something to drink real quick, so I'll be right back in just a few. All right, and we are back. Perfect timing. Lamar in the shotgun takes the snap, gets the ball out quickly to Aguilar to the left side. Nice little bubble screen, but unfortunately, the Bills were ready for it. And there is a flag on the field. Looks like they're motioning an ineligible man downfield, and the penalty will be declined. It's going to be 2nd and 12. Lamar running up the field, and he's going to be very close to a first down. It's going to be at least a gain of 11 and a half. And they're going to mark him just short of the first down. Man, dude, Lamar, man, when he makes his mind up and he runs, the guy is just so sudden, dude. He's just such a sudden player. It makes it so hard to play him. Took a shot though, and it's going to be a handoff to Derrick Henry, who is going to fall forward and get the first down. Rasul Douglas was the first guy to get him. Almost got him in the backfield, but Derrick Henry, man, just enough power to get just those yards that they needed. And the clock is keeps on rolling. It's at 4:33, 4:32, 4:31. Fullback motions to the backfield. Ravens are in the eye. One receiver on each side. Tight end to the left. Handed off to Derrick Henry, who gains about 3 yards on the play, right up the middle. All right, Baltimore in the shotgun. Derrick Henry to the left in the backfield. Zay Flowers motioning from the right to the left. And Buffalo is sending some people, but they are not going to get there in time. And Lamar gets it to Bates all the way down to, looks like, the 35 of the Buffalo Bills. So a big first down. Yeah, the coverage just shifted over to the right, and Lamar just found a man in the gap to the left side of the field. And yeah, first and 10 at the 35 of Buffalo. Little under 3 minutes left in the shotgun. Hands it off to Derrick Henry to the right, and he is going to be good for about 4 yards, about a yard and a half shy of the 30. But there is a flag on the field. And it looks like it's going to be on Baltimore here. And it's going to be a holding penalty on Baltimore. It's going to be first and 20 from the 45. Lamar tucks it and runs, and he is going to fumble the ball. Takes a huge shot at the 40, and the Buffalo Bills have recovered. And Lamar, when he was running, he was kind of pointing to his tight end to, hey, block forward. I got this. And tight end was not quick enough to move, and Lamar just got upended. And that was by Rasul Douglas. Rasul took his legs out from under him, and I can't see if anybody else just punched it out or if Lamar just fumbled it on his own. No, he did. He did get hit in midair, and number 54 was able to recover it there. So Rasul took him out. 42 was able to pop the ball out, and number 54 fell right on it. A huge, huge defensive play for Buffalo here. And they handed it to Cooks up the middle. He's going to get to about the 45-yard line. Oh, yeah, man. That's preaching to the choir, my friend. It's so many. I guarantee you, half of the league was hoping that Baltimore would take out the Chiefs last year in the playoffs, and they let us down, man. They let us down. No, heck yeah, man. Hopefully the Bills can get something going here. There's going to be the 2-minute warning, so we're going to go to commercial break here. Yeah, and that's how it's always been. That's how it's been in Baltimore since they won that Super Bowl, man. So much talent. They've always gotten so close, but when it comes to the playoffs, they just seem to just, especially with Lamar, man, he's amazing in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, and don't get me wrong, I think that against the Chiefs he was fine. He wasn't bad at by any means, but man, he has just kind of been slightly average at times, especially when he's going up against teams like the Chiefs in the playoffs. You just kind of want them to have that explosiveness that they have throughout the regular season. But yeah, I was right there with you, man. As a person that likes Lamar as a quarterback, man, the guy's just so dynamic. I think he's great for the game. I think he is significantly more talented than his playoff record shows. And to be honest with you, I just want some of the critics who are still kind of. I think it's quieted down for sure. But anytime he struggles, you see so many people saying, "See, he's not a quarterback. See, he's just an athlete." It's pretty wild that people still doubt this guy after all he's done in the league. So many people are like, "Oh, if they haven't won a Super Bowl, they're not really worth it." It's like, I mean, I think Tom Brady and even a little bit of Patrick Mahomes as well have kind of warped people's expectations of what success is in the league. The ultimate goal is obviously to win the Super Bowl, but I mean, this coming from a Packer fan, football has been very fun to watch for 30 years as a Packer fan. And I don't know about you, but I would rather be able to say my team has been great or potentially almost great for the majority of 30 plus years and have just a pair of Super Bowls than versus a team that has, look at the Browns. They, in my opinion, they sold their soul to to find a franchise quarterback that would try to get them to the Super Bowl, to the promised lands, and it has not worked out. Josh Allen in the shotgun. He's going to tuck it and run, and he is going to be potentially short of the marker here. And they are saying it is a 3rd and 2. And I mean, what Cleveland? I'm pretty sure lost today. I mean, ever since they made that trade, they thought, oh, we're going to have one of the best quarterbacks of in the league. We're going to be competing for Super Bowls, and every year that trade looks worse and worse, and that team seems to just get worse and worse. And Josh Allen tries to get it to Shakir, and it's going to be incomplete. And Buffalo just cannot seem to get anything going right now. There's 1 minute and 11 seconds left. It's 4th and 2. Their ball is roughly shy of the midfield mark. Do you go for it or do you? Because I believe I'm pretty sure Baltimore is going to get the ball to start the second half here. And there's a Baltimore Raven down on the ground. Seems to be okay. He's just kind of sitting on the field, and that is Marlon Humphreys. But Once again, similar to Baltimore, I'm hoping Lamar will get a Super Bowl at some point in his career. Granted, after the Packers and Jordan Love win, 2 or 3, you know, not gonna be selfish. I don't want him to win, I don't want them to win 7 right away, after 2 or 3, some other teams can win some Super Bowls, you know, and then he'll have Jordan Love will have another kinda second career renaissance like Tom Brady did and win, another 3 or 4. Yeah, it looks like, the Bills they're gonna go for it here on 4th and 2. There is a bunch formation to the right, and there is a timeout by the Baltimore Ravens. And Harbaugh is just losing it a little bit. May not be able to read lips that well, but I know he was throwing some F words and some other stuff. And that's gonna be a delay of game for the Ravens, and the Bills do not need the Buffalo Bills do not need to convert a 4th down. The Ravens did it for them. Yep. Somebody was not paying attention to the play clock, and I can tell you right now, somebody's going to get chewed out at halftime here if Buffalo is going to be able to come away with any points. All right, shotgun. Josh Allen looking. He's got a little bit of time. He throws it deep down the field, and nobody on the receiving end of that. He's trying to get the ball to Mac Hollins there. Be 2nd and 10 there. Josh Allen changing things up at the line, bringing bringing the tight end to the backfield. He's got time. He's going deep, and oh, I mean, he could not have thrown that ball any better. It was literally right in the basket, and unfortunately, Coleman was not able to bring it in. That's the rookie, Keon Coleman. Got enough separation from the corner, and it just slips right out of his grasp. He tried to kinda arm catch that one instead of just plucking it out of the air with his hands. Missed a huge, huge gain. That would have been inside the 15 at the very least. 3rd and 10, Josh in the shotgun. Ravens are scrambling, and Josh Allen, unfortunately, is just gonna be forced to just toss that one away. And Jesus. Yeah, man. It has not been the Bills' night so far. Offensively or defensively, man. Punt is away, and it's gonna go into the end zone. 42 seconds left in the half. Man, if Coleman is able to bring that in, the rookie man could have made a huge play. And Josh Allen just looks frustrated. And unfortunately, with this lead, they're Baltimore, Buffalo has really had to get away from what they usually like to do, and they like to really do a lot of play action. Buy a little bit of time, let Josh Allen to roll out naturally. But obviously, with the deficit, they're not going to be running the ball. The play action is not going to work for them. And Baltimore, they're playing it perfectly. All right, looks like we are back from commercial break here. First and 10, Lamar in the pistol, tosses it to Henry, and he is going to go down for a very minimal gain. Looks like they're giving him about half a yard. Clock is rolling, and we're going to see if Baltimore even wants to run another play before halftime. And nope. That is going to be the last play of the half. All right, at halftime in Baltimore, the Ravens lead the Buffalo Bills 21-3, and that has not been close. Buffalo has struggled to get anything in the passing game, anything short they've not been able to make anybody miss. Baltimore is just right there. As soon as the ball gets in there, they've been minimizing any of the explosive plays over the top as well. We have Bills receivers just dropping passes left and right. Josh Allen has been forced to roll out of the pocket. Baltimore's front seven has just been solid against the run. They've given up 55 yards, but after a while, once they took a big lead, Buffalo has just not been able to really run the ball, especially the last couple minutes as they're trying to get down the field as quickly as they can. Yeah, 100% with you. The defense, you can clearly tell they're dealing with some injuries. They're struggling, but dude, this offense is just it's not playing up to its potential. And for the most part, it seems like Josh Allen he's doing well. He's making as many plays as he possibly can. He's putting the ball in the right spot for the most part. There's been like maybe one or two pass plays that are kind of, a little iffy here and there, but for the most part, his passes have been right on where they need to be, and his guys have just dropped him. Um, Obviously, in the second half, they're going to try to get the running game going a little bit more, but they need chunk plays here. And Baltimore, it seems like they are content to stay in in that two shell, minimize anything over the top. All right, Seastrom, what was your game of the day, my friend? You know, if you had a chance, what would be the game that you would want to watch that happened so far today? That Atlanta game looked a little interesting, especially towards the end there. I know you saw the Jacksonville Houston game. That was also a very fun one to watch. Oh yeah, for sure. No, absolutely. They got a that Texans team is a it's a still very young team, especially on offense. So I wouldn't be too surprised as the season goes on. They start cleaning that up a little bit more. I feel like the Texans have I don't want to say they've underperformed because they're once again they've it's I mean the league is competitive, so you know every day is not going to be putting up 45 points, but yeah they're they got blown out by the Vikings last week, and they've had a couple games where they could have really put games away, and they just made a little bit closer than they needed to. Yeah, anytime you're getting approaching, you know, 20 penalties in a game from both teams, when they're combining, it just it just ruins the rhythm of the game so much. I like as obviously if it's egregious, you gotta throw the flag when you got but sometimes there are some refing squads. Let's just say that there's like two or three in the league that they just love to insert themselves into a game. And as a fan, even if it's against my team, I would rather let them play, let them be aggressive, even if it's on defense, whatever it is. I'd rather let them play because at least the players are the ones that are dictating what's happening during the game. But when you have a flag or it seems like a flag every 5 plays, it just ruins the rhythm of the game. It's so much slower, it's choppy. It's so much harder to really get enjoyment out of it because every time you see a big play, you just expect a flag. Oh yeah, man, Baker, man, he has been just phenomenal this season. He is he's really having a renaissance with the Buccaneers, man. They made the right call of bringing him back on that contract. For the most part, he looks like he has been worth every penny. If anything, he's probably been underpaid in my opinion so far. So Yeah, Baker looked good this week. He's looked good throughout the season. Cleveland, another loss to Vegas. I think that drops them to what? Uh, did they have they even won a game this year? Cleveland. Let me see here. I know for sure they have 3 losses. And all right, they're 1-3. Deshaun Watson again looking average as ever. 24 of 32, a buck 76, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, sacked 3 times. Yeah, that Cleveland team, man, they have been a huge disappointment. Yeah, the Bengals too. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of teams with some good quarterbacks or even great quarterbacks that are just underperforming. Bengals, Kyler Murray, I think is still a good quarterback in my opinion. Trevor Lawrence, you could make the argument, was he, you know, has he ever been a truly a top 10 quarterback? Probably not, but I mean the guy's still getting paid 55 million. He's still getting paid like an elite quarterback, and his team is not playing well. Jalen Hurts, that team is underperforming. I feel like unless the Eagles have a massive turnaround and they just start blowing teams out and just winning game after game, I don't think Nick Sirianni is going to be the head coach of this team much longer. He might survive the season, but unless they make a deep playoff run, like divisional, playoff win, get into the divisional or even the NFC Championship game, I don't see Sirianni uh, making it to next year. I think that team has kind of lost. Um, I don't want to say respect. I think that's a little too strong, but I think they have. He has lost a little bit of the locker room. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think. Yeah, for sure. The Vikings have had a little bit of an easier schedule, and that's definitely not to take away anything from what they've done. Because they've looked impressive. It's one thing if they were barely squeaking out some wins here. Maybe they got a lucky call with a penalty. They've looked good. They handled the Texans. They were handling the Packers up until that second half, where they only scored 3 points in the final 2 quarters of that game. And then, I'm pretty sure they handled the Cleveland Browns early in the season. And then obviously they beat the 49ers as well, who were kind of banged up, but still. That didn't stop the 49ers from destroying New England today, so yeah, and I think the Lions are gonna be they're gonna get their act a little bit together here. I think part of the struggles early on where, Jared Goff, he seemed like he was just forcing forcing things a little bit more than he should, but I think with the running game that they have 2 very good backs. They got Montgomery as well as, trying to think here, what's that dude? He was, my goodness, I'm already forgetting his name. But they got 2 good running backs that usually helps out in offense. They have obviously some solid receivers. They got Amon Ra, the Sun God. They got a tight end there as well who can put up some big yardage and can make some big plays. And they have a good defense, man. The defense, I think they're dealing with a little bit of injuries, but I think the Lions are going to be solid. I think they're going to be there at the end of the season. Yeah. Same thing with Green Bay. I think you saw a little bit of rust from Jordan Love. I think also he was trying to force some passes into some tight coverage instead of just taking what the defense was giving him, and kind of trusting his guys to make the play. Like Jaden Reed, man, the guy is so quick. If you give him the ball in space, he's gonna make somebody miss more times than not. Um, Same thing with Jacobs. They finally were able to really get him going in the passing game, which I think is something that we haven't seen with him so far this season. Trying to think of who else. Romeo Dobbs finally kind of got going a little bit. Dontavian Wicks, he started out very slow, dropping some passes. Not just in this game, he's been dropping some passes throughout the last couple weeks. But he seemed to finally get going in that second half. Seemed a lot more confident. Seemed a little bit more natural catching the ball. So I think Green Bay is gonna, once they start getting into rhythm, getting some guys healthy, especially on that secondary. I think you're gonna see a little bit of a different and more confident Green Bay, and they're yeah. Once again, I'm not too worried about Green Bay. And if anything, Matt Lafleur has shown that he is, in my opinion, one of the best head coaches in the NFL. Whether it's scheme, whether it's being able to make sure that the guys are staying focused. Like not a single player, in my opinion, when it was 28-0, I did not see any guys, making business decisions, you know, you know, trying to take an easy, tackle going down. These guys were fighting hard on defense and on offense. They were ready to go. They were not going to just lay down and be like, "Ah, today's not our day. Let's get home and we'll regroup." They put their head down and they were smacking some people. So yeah, I like what Green Bay was doing in that second half, and I hope it rolls into the next couple of games here. All right, looks like we are almost back here for the second half. Yeah, and I think a lot of that too has been it's been very it's been very erratic with Anthony Richardson. And once again, I think the guy has a lot of talent. I think he can be a good quarterback, but he has been, and I saw this with the, granted, I have not seen a whole lot of tape with him outside of that Packer game, and I've seen a little bit of last week as well. He seems once he's ready to run the ball, or once he's gotten past his first two reads, he's so quick to just run the ball, and it's going to take time. Obviously, he's only in his second year. He did not play a whole lot his rookie year, and it's going to take a little bit of time for him to be able to get things going. And he was always going to be a developmental guy, and I think that's kind of what's holding Baltimore, not Baltimore. Sorry, I almost said Baltimore Colts, Indianapolis a little bit, because when he starts getting a little bit, oh yeah, that was very intentional grounding by Lamar. He was just trying not. Yeah, that ball did not travel too past the line of scrimmage. He was well within the tackle box, and there was not. I don't think there was a receiver within 15 yards of that pass. So he failed all three marks that he was trying to get to. So it'll be second and 24 after the intentional grounding penalty on Lamar Jackson. And pressure by the Bills, looking a lot more aggressive here on defense. And it will be a minimal gain by Baltimore here. It'll be a third and very long. And they're doing a little bit of an update here on Rap. He is officially going to be out with a concussion for the game. So another injury for this Bills defense. And Lamar throwing it deep to the left, and it's going to be dropped on the sideline. Zay Flowers Like it was a little more focused on trying to keep his toes in bounds and just did not secure the catch. Goes right through his fingertips. And that is going to be a big 3 and out for this Buffalo defense that is a little bit undermanned. They already lost one of their starters here today. They are down, I'm pretty sure, two starters heading into this game. So that was a great defensive series for the Buffalo Bills. Punt is away. It's going to be caught at about the 34. It's going to be returned, and it'll be roughly the 40-yard line for Josh Allen and this struggling Bills offense. Yeah, a lot of quick passes to the slot. Sorry, to the tight ends in the flats here, and it's just not been working, man. Baltimore has just been very good getting east and west, really stringing out these routes and just minimizing the gain. So Josh under center, once again, handoff. I'm not surprised by that. They are really going to try to get this running game going. Cook's able to get away from one guy, and he is going to be brought down about might have been a loss of a gain of a yard there. Yep, exactly, man. The Bills defense did their part. They were aggressive. They got to Lamar, forcing him to get that penalty, and they stayed aggressive. Stayed aggressive. Almost gave up a big game, but the coverage was decent on that third down. So 2nd and 11. Josh gets the ball out, and it's going to be a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. So it'll still be a relatively moderate 3rd and 6, maybe 3rd and 5. And the play clock is at 12:45, 12:44, 12:43, 12:42, 12:41, 12:40. If you want to sync it up here. And Khalil Shakir motioning to the right. Snap. Josh Allen needs to get out of the pocket, scrambling, and cannot seem to find anybody. He's going to throw it deep to a wide open Shakir, who gets away from one man and is going to be brought down just shy of the goal line, but they are inside the 5-yard line, down at about the 3. Massive, massive throw by Josh Allen. Holy cow. Exactly, my friend. Holy cow is right. I thought he was going to throw that ball away, and when he threw it up in the middle, I was like, "Oh boy!" And Shakir, holy cow! I think Shakir was even shocked that he was able to actually get the ball, because for a second there, he didn't. He looked like he was like, What do I do? What do I do?" 1st and goal at about the 3-yard line. They hand it off to Johnson, who's going to beat his man to the edge, and it's going to be a big touchdown for this for this Buffalo offense. And that's what they needed to do. Needed a big response, 4 plays, 60 yards, and a huge handoff and run to the left side, able to beat everybody to the edge. Let's go. And there it is, man. And the kick is up, and it is good. And we have ourselves a game. Josh Allen on the sidelines, getting everybody jacked up. Heck of a throw by Josh. Falling away with a couple guys actually, in his face, and just able to throw that ball basically like 30 yards, 40 yards down the field. Oh yeah, just two or three more times, then we're good. Then we are good. Heck yeah, man. There we go. That's what we needed. This game was starting to get a little bit away from the Bills here, but they nice defensive sequence, three and out, and a huge play that they would didn't were not able to get in the first half. They were trying so hard to get the ball down the field. Nothing was open. But finally, Josh bought some time, rolled out to his right, and at the last possible second just heaved it down the field to Shakir for a big gain. And I mean it's what Josh Allen has had to do every couple games throughout his career is just be basically Superman and just kind of just run, scramble, survive long enough to be able to have one of his guys get open. And Josh does get a little bit of flack for kind of playing hero ball, when it's not necessary. But I mean, you definitely need to play some hero ball to get back into this game because right now Baltimore, just the way that they were playing on defense, man, Josh needed to really stress the coverage there by buying more time getting out of the pocket, and luckily was able to find a wide open man down the field. And Bass's kick is up, and it'll be caught in the end zone and downed. Lamar and this offense are going to start at the 30. All right. First and 10. Lamar in the pistol. Derrick Henry in the backfield gets the handoff up the middle to the left, and he's going to be good for about 5 yards on the gain. So Seastrom, outside of the Cowboys, if they could get their act together here, uh, what are your top two, top three teams that you hope can make a playoff run, get to the Super Bowl? And snap, and it looks like it's going to be a false start on the Baltimore Ravens, and it's going to be on the tight end Kohler. So that'll move him back 5 yards. Second and 10 for Baltimore here. Baltimore, 6 penalties already in this game. And going to hand it off to Henry, who is going to be stacked up in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of about 2 yards there. There we go, man. We're looking at this Bills defense. They're playing a lot more aggressively. And it before it felt like they were just trying to get penetration. Now they're keeping their gap assignments. 3rd and 11, 3 receivers to the right. Lamar in the shotgun, and Lamar is going to have to scramble, and he's going to be taken down for a sack. Let's go. The Buffalo Bills defense comes up with another huge 3 and out. And that is going to be on the man who brought Lamar down is number 54, Spectre. That's going to be an awesome last name. Spectre, Ghost. Oh my God. Heck yeah. And the punt is away. It's going to be downed inside the 20, and it is actually muffed. And fortunately for Buffalo, they are able to fall on top of it here. That could have been absolutely disastrous, man. Whew, that was a close one. That was a close one. Yeah, man, that would have been about as bad as you can get. Giving Baltimore not only a second chance, but that close to the end zone. Not what you want. I think he took his eyes off the ball a little bit. I think he was trying to return it. That's Brandon Codrington. He's been just from what I've seen because during this game, but also I think it was against the Chiefs. He's an aggressive returner, man. He where a lot of guys would kind of wave, for a fair catch. He's willing to risk it a little bit, which is good. It's not always a bad thing, but when you gotta keep your eyes on the ball, man, you gotta secure the catch first. Lions and Packers, Texas and Bills for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. Similar teams here. I would add Baltimore in there. Once again, I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. I just like the way he plays. I like that so many teams were not only teams, but people kind of just doubt him and his ability to really lead a team. So I think I would add Baltimore to that list for myself. And to be honest with you, man, I think I would add Washington right now as well. That's another team that I would not be too disappointed if my Packers can't get to the big game. I wouldn't mind Washington, man. That would be a great story. Rookie quarterback being able to lead his team deep on a deep run. Oh, love at first sight. I'll have to look that up here a little bit. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 19. Josh Allen scrambling outside the pocket, looking to get the ball, and he's gonna just throw it out of bounds here. Okay, okay. I'm seeing the movie here. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out, man. 2nd and 10, empty set, 3 receivers to the right. Baltimore getting some good penetration, and it's going to be a great catch by the rookie Keon Coleman. Holy cow. Whew. And he went up and attacked that ball, got both feet in bounds. Great job by the rookie, man. That was smooth as butter. Woo! All right. Cook in the backfield gets the handoff up the middle. It's going to be a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. Jesus. They're showing Keon Coleman in high school playing basketball. Look, he literally looks like a man playing against like middle schoolers. That's when you know what, like on the other team, you're like, dude, we got to put like a time limit on how many minutes he can play. It's not fair. This guy's like 6'4". And it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and it's going to be a nice gain. I think it's going to be a first down for the Bills. And the clock is rolling 7:10, 7:09, 7:08, 7:07, 7:06 if you want to sync it up. Handoff to Cooks again up the middle, and it's going to be a decent gain again. Here we go. Bills are establishing the run. Once again, it's a cliche, but the Bills have to do it, man. Otherwise, because right now Baltimore is it's not giving up anything deep. You saw that on the first play when Josh was scrambling, trying to buy some time. Couldn't find anybody open. And it's going to be, looks like a wildcat formation here. And it's not going to be a good play. And Josh gets hit. It's going to be a fumble, sack. And Josh took a shot. And unfortunately, Baltimore is going to recover that. That was an ugly play. And Josh is down on the ground. There's a couple Bills players actually on the ground. Looks like Kincaid is also. Phew. Yeah, that play looked ugly from the beginning. I mean, I get it. Josh Allen's trying to make a play, but if I was him, I would have just tossed that thing right out of bounds. And it's going to be unnecessary roughness on Baltimore for the hit on Josh Allen. But the hit, oh, it's actually not on Josh Allen. That's on Humphreys for hitting Kincaid. Yeah, that's just a dumb penalty by Humphreys there. Completely unnecessary. Basically just whacked Kincaid in the face when there's basically nothing going on. But unfortunately, the fumble will stand, so Baltimore will have possession of the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 41. And shotgun handoff to Henry, who will go up the middle and is out across the 45-yard line. Showing the replay on that Henry 87-yard touchdown run. He was getting up to 21 miles. To imagine being what Derrick Henry's like what 6'3", 6'4", weighs about like 240. Imagine just being that huge and being able to run like a borderline Olympic sprinter, and it's a handoff to Henry to the left side, and he is going to get some massive yardage. It's going to be first down and a lot more. Ooh, that is Baltimore's best run since their first play of the game went for 87 yards. Oh, I feel you, man. I feel you. And Lamar in the shotgun has a fullback and a running back in the backfield. Fakes the pass, and it gets it to Justice Hill, who is gonna weave his way through the middle of the field for a gain of about 6 on the play. Yeah, it looks like we got some rain happening here. Yeah, Seastrom, I'm pretty sure that is kind of encapsulated that entire offensive sequence for the Bills there. And they hand it off to Hill, who is going to be dropped for about a 2-yard loss on 2nd and 4. Great job by the Bills defense, not only stringing that play out a little bit more and closing the gap there. It's going to be 3rd and 7. It looks like, man, Mark Andrews has had a rough game. Dropped some passes, missing some blocks. It'll be 3rd and 7. Zay in motion, shotgun. Has to get the ball out quickly. Breaks a tackle. Justice Hill is still moving, spinning his way all the way down to the 10. That is going to be a big Baltimore first down. Bills had him, man. They had him for was going to be a minimal gain. Was about to force a 4th down, and Hill, man, just making plays, making a man miss to get the first down, and then spinning his way out of another tackle to get inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal inside the 10 at the 9. They hand it off, fakes the handoff. Actually, it's going to be Lamar Jackson, who is just going to sprint all the way to the end zone, and that is a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson on the option, keeping it, running to the right side, and just had a literal convoy of blockers. I think that was Isaiah Likely throwing that nice block that was able to spring Lamar loose. All right, with 2:45 left in the third quarter, Tucker's kick is up and it is good. And the score is Baltimore 28, Buffalo 10. And unfortunately, that ugly fumble by the Bills offense leads to points here. Not really sure. Not really sure why McDermott kind of called that play up. I think it was a little too cute. You were doing well. You're running the ball. Like I get it. You gotta make some plays down the field, but I mean it was only a 11-point game, man. If you can get even a field goal on that drive, you make it a one possession game. And everything was just kind of it. There was no proper spacing in that that weird that weird play. Everybody was a little too close. The defense was able to get to, I don't even know who took the snap, but they were able to get to him real quickly. He barely was able to get the ball to Josh, and then everybody was just so tight together that that defense was just able to make a play on the ball before Josh could really even locate a guy down the field. All right, and the next Thursday night game should be Tampa against the Falcons. Should be a good game. Seastrom, how you holding up, buddy? It's all right, man. We got plenty of time here. We're still in the third quarter. This Bills defense, all they need is just one big play to get them going. Obviously, that defense needs to hold on a little bit. Got to help them out. Maybe get a turnover here on Baltimore. They've already forced one. They already got a fumble off of Lamar Jackson. I think they just need one more big play. And if the Bills, even if they can get a field goal on one of these next two drives along with a touchdown, they're gonna be right back in it, man. Still better position than the Cowboys. That's fair enough. First and 10, ball at the 30. Josh gets the ball out quickly, but it is going to be too high for Matt Collins. Obviously, a three possession lead here for Baltimore, up by 18. At this point, Buffalo has anywhere between 3 to maybe 5 drives left in this game, so they gotta really maximize the time, and he throws it down the middle to his tight end, and Kincaid is gonna be out across the midfield mark. He's gonna be down at roughly, what, the 35-yard line for Baltimore here. Yeah, across midfield. He's gonna be down at the 40, sorry, 45-yard line. Ball out quickly to Kincaid, who is gonna, looks like he slipped a little bit there, but he's gonna be right around the 40-yard line. In Buffalo, they're getting a little bit quick tempo here. Okay, never mind. They're gonna slow it down. Just as I say that, they huddle up. All right. Second and 6, empty set. Josh takes the snap, gets the ball out quickly to his rookie wide receiver, Keon Coleman. And did he get both feet in bounds? They're saying he did. Nice little back shoulder there. Ball at the 20, first and 10. Josh Allen bouncing around in the backfield, has time. He's going to get it and throw it out the back of the end zone there. Looks like there was going to be, might have been a miscommunication. Sean McDermott saying that there was holding definitely down the field. Yeah, that was just a great throw to from Josh Allen to the rookie there. Nice little back shoulder. Coleman able to tap his feet, secure the catch. And Keon Coleman in motion, moving to the right. Josh Allen takes the snap, 2nd and 10. Throws it underneath to Coleman, who was running a nice little shallow cross, and he will be inside the 15, down at around the 14. It'll be 3rd and 4. Allen bunch to the right. Needs to get the ball out quickly, and he is gonna be looks like he might be taken down. The ball did get thrown, but was his knee down? There was pressure immediately. Baltimore sending a nice corner blitz, forcing Josh to roll out. He was able to get away from the corner, but then a linebacker, it looked like, or at least another secondary player. Let's see here. Yeah, was able to get away from Humphreys, and then yeah, another secondary player was able to bring down Josh Allen. Oh, and just when Buffalo is starting to get something going, man, Baltimore comes up with a huge, huge defensive play. And that is not easy to to not only get to Josh Allen, but to bring him down, especially for for a guy like a safety or a corner. Usually, Josh is going to be a lot bigger than those guys, and sometimes he might be even faster than those guys. Yeah, let me look at where the ball was spotted. It's gonna be very close here. The ball is spotted at the Baltimore 30 here. So yeah, that's we're looking at a 47, maybe a 48-yard field goal. So they should be able to get some points out of this if they elect not to go for it, which they wouldn't. They shouldn't. It's 4th and 20. So it's definitely a makeable field goal with the kicker that they have. So yeah, ball at the 30. So yeah, it should be about a 47-yard kick. And Bass already has made one from 50 today, so it's well within his range, and he's already kind of hit it from around that length as well. And I think we're heading into the fourth quarter here, so we got a commercial timeout, and I think this kick is actually going to be heading towards the same side of the end zone that Bass actually kicked it when he kicked his first field goal. Yeah, because they kicked it, they made that field goal in the first quarter, so I think they're actually uh, going to be heading to the same end zone. All right, Bass is on the field. Snap, hold, and oh, and unfortunately, Bass is going to miss this kick. It's going to be wide left. Seastrom, hang in there, buddy. Hang in there, man. I'm right here with you. I'm right here with you. You're not alone. Oh man, just missed opportunities. Just missed opportunities. for this Bills team tonight. And their defense has played better in this second half, man. They've only given up one touchdown. And that was after a disastrous fumble by the offense. And then Baltimore had a short field. And it's going to be an option. Lamar's going to keep it. He's going to run it for a huge gain. He's going to be out across the 45 of Buffalo, already in Bills territory. And right now, it looks like the Baltimore Ravens they're going to impose their will here. They're going to try to close this game out here. Yeah, because if they can get a score here, it'll be a 25-point deficit. Toss to Henry, breaks the tackle in the backfield, and he's going to go down at the 40-yard line, gain of about 3 on the play. Yeah, man, wide left. That ball looked ugly from as soon as that ball left his foot. I think he was hoping it would kind of veer, you know, kind of sail more towards the right there to just get inside the goalpost, but it just never came back for him. Another toss for Henry. He's got a blocker, and he is going to get a big gain, and he is down 10-5, and he is going to be tackled just shy of the goal line. It's going to be within the 3. It's going to be down at about the 2, maybe the 1. Man, and Henry had a fullback. The tight ends did a great job of sealing that edge. Kohler and Likely, and then the fullback Ricard. Henry did a nice little juke move to the center and then bounced it out to the outside. And after that, there was just nobody there until they ran him down. And the ball is inside the 2. They're going to hand it off to Henry, who is going to get blown up in the backfield. And he's going to go down at the 5. That is going to be a loss of about 3.5. And Derrick Henry is not happy. He is yelling at his offensive line. And Derrick Henry is going to head to the sidelines. Hopefully they cool off a little bit. Yeah, he was definitely getting into his offensive lineman's face right there. Quick to the line. Baltimore fakes the handoff. Lamar dumps it, and it is going to be juggled and dropped by Bateman. And it looks like there is a flag on the field. This might be on Buffalo here. And unfortunately, it's going to be holding on the Buffalo Bills. That's on the former Green Bay Packer, Rasul Douglas. Where was the hold? Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah. Getting a hold of Bateman's jersey when he was running a nice little crossing route. And there'll be first and goal, ball at about the 2. Snap, and something weird happened. It might have been a timeout. Anytime I see some old like NFL footage, my brain immediately goes to NFL films music. Hopefully, I better not sing the whole thing. I don't want to get I don't want to get this stream claimed here. Oh yeah, definitely a good tackle. I was able to bring Henry down for a loss on that one, but fortunately, a big penalty on them in the next play. First and goal at the 2. Henry is going to be hit in the backfield, stays on his feet, but he is gonna be taken down at the line of scrimmage. Great job by Buffalo's team. Front seven, they're just really being able to minimize anything Henry was able to do after the broken tackle. Second and goal, ball just outside the one. Hand off to Henry, who fumbles the ball, and it might have been recovered. It might have been recovered by Buffalo here. One of the offensive linemen for Baltimore nearly got there, but then the ball, you could tell, just shifted over, and it is recovered by the Baltimore Ravens in the end zone. That is the fullback Ricard. And Buffalo nearly getting a big play. That is Rasul Douglas doing what he's always done in his career, making up for any mistake he made. He was the guy, obviously the guy that got the penalty to give them a first and goal, but comes back and nearly gets, forced the fumble and nearly he gave the Bills a chance to recover it here. But unfortunately, Baltimore was able to fall it on it in the end zone. Touchdown. 11:23. Kick is up and it is good. And Baltimore takes a commanding 35-10 lead with 11:23 left in this game. Yeah, man, it's just not been Buffalo's night. They've come so close on offense. They've come close to making some plays, drops unfortunately. You know, pass rush has been able to get to Josh Allen a little bit here and there. And on defense, they've come close, man. They've forced a couple fumbles already, able to recover one from Lamar earlier in the game, and nearly came away with a huge goal line fumble. Trying to see here, and I don't really know what the Bills can do at this point to really get back in this game. Explosive plays. They've only had maybe a handful of them, but for the most part, Baltimore is just staying deep, minimizing anything big down the field, really forcing the Bills to just dump it down, and hopefully the coverage loosens up, gets a little bit softer, so we can see the Buffalo Bills kind of move the ball down the field, make this game. Hopefully, they can make this game a little bit more interesting. The last couple minutes, the last like 11 minutes in the game, and Tucker's kick is up, and it's going to go out the back of the end zone here. And they're really showing the amount of change that Bills defense has had over the last 2 years. Seems like the only guy that was a starter 2 years ago was Matt Milano. Josh Allen in the shotgun throws it to Hollins to the right, and he drops the ball there. Cannot haul it in. Baltimore's defense was going to be right there to bring him down after that catch if he was able to haul it in. Mm. Allen in the shotgun, running back to his right. Shakir in motion to the left, scanning the field, throwing it deep, and he nearly was able to get it to Kincaid. Was able to get it open over the defender, but Kincaid was not going to be able to be just unable to haul it in. And that's kind of been the story in this game. There's been opportunities for these receivers, these tight ends to make plays for Josh down the field. And I mean, they made some big plays here and there, especially Keon Coleman. He's had a couple good plays down the field, but the tight ends dropping some passes, Kincaid, um, receivers dropping passes, and pressure on Josh Allen trying to get away, and throws it down the field. It's nearly intercepted, and it's going to be incomplete. And it's going to be a quick 3-and-out. Baltimore able to really stifle this Bills offense all night, sending a blitz, overloading it on one side, and just immediately Josh was just needing to run away, stiff arm the defender away. That play never really had an opportunity to develop. Bills send out their kicker. Just 17 seconds were taken off the clock on those three plays. Kick is up, and ball is picked up at the 19, and he's going to return it all across the 33-yard line. I mean, 11 minutes left, a little under 11 minutes left. You know, crazier things have happened in the league, but at this point, it looks like Baltimore will improve to 2-2 on the year, getting their first win at home. And Baltimore and the Buffalo Bills are going to be dropping down to potentially 3-1. Going to have to regroup a little bit here. After this game, they do face the Houston Texans on October 6th at noon. That should be a very good matchup. CJ Stroud, Josh Allen. I think if Buffalo can get a couple of these guys back healthy on defense, I think they could fare a little bit better. We've seen Houston have some rough games, go long stretches without really scoring a whole lot of points. Hmm. It's definitely not going to be an easy matchup after the Texans. The Bills have the Jets. Going to be facing another tough defense there. The Jets offense did not look good today. Did not get a single touchdown, 3 field goals, lost 10-9 to the Broncos. And then after those games, then they have a little bit of a easier matchup against the Titans. So that should be, I mean, by all accounts, that should be a win there. So you can easily see the Bills going anywhere between 2-1 to 3-0 over the next 3 games. So I think they are still in good position. I think Baltimore was just they were just ready to go, man. At home, Lamar always seems to play his best during prime time. Lamar under center, Baltimore in the eye, hand off to Derrick Henry up the middle, and it's going to be taken down just a yard short of the first down. All right. Well, while this game is going here, let's loosen up a little bit. If you're in the chat, drop what do you like to do when we're not watching a blowout here on with a football game? What do we like to do outside? Do we what kind of music are we listening to nowadays? I'm a big Kid Cudi fan. I don't have it up right now in the back, but I have a big giant Kid Cudi poster. It's basically the cover art for Man on the Moon 3. You know, that middle right down the field, very psychedelic look to it. So anytime I hear Kid Cudi, I'm having a good time. Yeah, let me know. Drop it in the comments. What's your favorite album? What's your favorite artist? What do you listen to right now? As we kind of watch Derrick Henry just barrel through for a first down here. Clock is at 9:20, 9:19, 18, 17, 16, 15 if you want to sync it up. Once again, Baltimore in the eye, fakes the hand toss, and Lamar has to get the ball out quickly, and he does, and it's going to be a catch by Isaiah Likely. It's going to be a gain of about 8 on the pass. Ooh. No, that's going to be a no, he did not catch that. And Buffalo is going to be challenging that catch on the field, and it's definitely going to be reversed. That went straight through Likely's hand and it hit the turf. So Buffalo will be able to get a nice little mini win here. Yeah, I mean that's not even close. That's definitely a definitely not a catch. And if you're still hanging out in the chat, I appreciate it. Please leave a like on this video. It does help a lot, especially with this channel kind of still being very, very small. But hey, man, we're small, but we're mighty. Please leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. It does help me out a lot. It lets me know that you guys are liking some of this stuff. And don't be afraid to leave a comment. Let me know if you want to see something on the channel here. But either way, I appreciate you guys watching. I remember I would say my first 4 streams, there was not a single person in here, but we were still having a good time. We were still watching the games, breaking them down, just having some fun. But It's always nice when we have some people here watching along. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Seastrom. Appreciate you, man. And we are back, and the call is reversed. It is going to be ruled an incomplete pass. Not surprising. Likely, literally did not even secure. He didn't have any possession of the ball until he rolled on his back. So second and 10, ball at the 47 here. Lamar in the pistol, hands it off to Justice Smith, and he's going to be able to get out across the 50 down to about the 49 in Bills territory here. It'll be third and 6, ball at the 30, sorry, ball at the 49. It's going to be a toss to Henry, who is going to cut inside, but goes nowhere. There's about five Bills there that were able to bring him down. And Derrick Henry looks a little frustrated. I mean, he's having a good night, but, you know, all right, Buffalo was able to stop the Baltimore Ravens here, and they're going to be able to get the ball back with a little bit of time. Punt is away. It's going to be fair caught inside the 10, down to about the 6 or 7 yard line. Yeah, Derrick Henry tonight, 22 for a buck 96 in a touchdown. Just insane, man. It took a couple weeks, man. I remember the first game, people were wondering if Baltimore overpaid, overhyped Henry because he did not look good in week one. Week two, he was a little bit better, but still not what you expect from King Henry. But man, over the last 2 weeks, I can't remember exactly how many yards he had against Dallas, but I think it was over a buck 50. And tonight he is 4 yards away from a 200-yard game. Obviously, that 87-yard touchdown to start the game for Baltimore is playing a big part in that, but still, that is some massive yardage. That's still going to be over 5 yards a carry over his other 21 carries. And the leading receiver for Baltimore, it's not even close. It's Justice Hill, 6 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown for the running back. The closest tight end or receiver to him is, in terms of targets, is Nelson Aguilar, who has 3 targets, 2 catches for 10 yards. And in terms of yardage, again, it's still Isaiah Likely with 1 catch for 26 yards. Otherwise, it's just been Justice Hill basically all night in the passing game for Baltimore. Hill also has 18 yards rushing. So you tack it on, he's close to 100 scrimmage yards. Just crazy, man. All right, next Sunday we have Dallas against Pittsburgh. Ooh, if Dallas can get their stuff together, that could be a good matchup. But if the Steelers defense plays like they've have the last couple weeks, that could be a rough one, man. Dallas's offensive line has not looked good, and they handed off to the running back here, and it looks like the Bills are going to resign themselves to a loss here as they have put in Mitchell Trubisky. Josh Allen's night is done here, and oh boy. So Josh Allen is going to finish with 16 of 29, only a buck 80 through the air, no touchdowns, no interceptions as well, but and Baltimore's defense, they're just playing downhill right now. They are not scared of Mitchell Trubisky throwing over the top on them. Well, thankfully, the Bills are keeping the clock rolling here, so hopefully this game can end before 10:30 here at my time. Clock is now under 6 minutes. It is 3rd and 12. Baltimore showing blitz. They do not. They send four. Trubisky trying to run, and he is nearly picked off. I believe that was Nate Wiggins who got a hand on that ball. Trying to get the ball to the former Green Bay Packer, Marquez Valdez Scantlin there. MVS. Wiggins was looking at his hands. He's like, I can't believe I dropped it. And that was not a great. I mean, that was a soft pass by Trubisky. That thing was almost. I've seen punts with bigger, a lot more velocity than that one. And the punt is off, and he's gonna return it, and he's gonna be upended out across the 50 there. So not an amazing punt by Buffalo. I wonder if Derrick Henry is gonna stay in the game to try to get to 200 here, and he is in the huddle. So once again, I'm not gonna be surprised if they. Yeah, I think this is more for stats here. They're gonna try to get Derrick to 200 yards. Baltimore in the eye, tight end in motion to the right. They hand it off to Henry off the left side, and he is gonna gain about 2 yards. So he's at a buck 98 on the day. And Lamar's night is over, and we have Josh Johnson in at quarterback. Josh Johnson, man, how many teams has this guy played for? I feel like he's played for like half the league at this point. He's only been in the league for 10 years, but I feel like I've seen him on what 13, 14 teams. I'm not gonna lie. I know he was a Buccaneer for a couple seasons. I think that was his first team when he got into the league. And they handed off to Henry, who stumbles forward for about a yard. Oh no, Johnson, he's been in the league for a lot more than 10 years. For some reason the graphics had 10 years. I was like, really? No, he came into the league and I think it was a 20 sorry, I almost said 2018. I think he's been in the league since 2008, I think. And 3rd and 7, fakes the handoff. They get the ball to Henry, who is not gonna get anything. It was a pass, so any yardage he was gonna get was not gonna be adding to his rushing total. And the Bills clamp down on Derrick Henry right there in the flat. And Henry looks a little frustrated for a guy that has run for almost 200 yards in this game. He looks not too happy. Either that or he's just exhausted. And punt is away. And I can't tell if that was muffed or if it hit a Bills player first. Yeah, there's a flag on the field, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be on Buffalo there. Sorry, not on Buffalo. It's going to be on the Ravens. My apologies. Yeah, my apologies. The penalty is on the Baltimore Ravens, not on Buffalo here. So Baltimore's next couple games are going to be against the Bengals, Commanders. That should be a really good game. Buccaneers. That should be another great game. The Browns, the Broncos, and again the Bengals. There's going to be man. Baltimore's going to have some fun games coming up, man. Hopefully, I can live stream a couple of those. Just the way that they played tonight, the way that they're just getting better and better. It seems like, and we already talked about the Bill schedule: Texans, Jets, Titans, Seahawks, Dolphins, and then the Colts in Week 10. So yeah, they have a good couple games here. They should be able to beat the Titans, and depending on who's quarterbacking the Dolphins in Week 9, should be able to beat them too. And they hand it off to who was that here? Ray Davis here gained maybe a handful of a pair of yards there. And we are going to the 2-minute warning. All right. So after the 2-minute warning, it'll be a 3rd and 1. To be honest with you, if I'm the Ravens, I'm letting them get the first down. Maybe they'll be gracious enough to just kneel the ball down and get this game over with. Showing some Jaden Daniels statistics, showing what you told me earlier in the night here. Seastrom, 82% for Jaden Daniels, man, just crazy. And Trubisky under center here hands it off to Ray Davis, who is going to go out across the first down marker, a gain of about 3 or 4, and that'll be a first down for Buffalo Bills here. and I appreciate you guys hanging out. This game has kind of been over since about 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter here, so I do appreciate you guys staying with us. Uh, Luckily, the clock is going to be after this play, after maybe only a yard. It's going to be under a minute here. We probably have just one more play before this game is over. So, so I'll do some of my wrap up stuff here. That way, we won't be too late in the night here. So, obviously, Baltimore just a dominant win. The defense looked good. You know, they gave up a handful of chunk plays to the Bills, but for the most part, they kept them in check. That front seven was just hassling um, Josh Allen throughout the night. And as the lead got bigger, the pass defense just got a lot worse. Sorry, the pass blocking just got significantly worse as the night went on. No, do we have a fight here? No, no, it was just John. Just talking some smack there. All right. And that is the final snap. Clock is rolling down. So, not a great night for the Bills. The defense was hit with some injuries coming into this game, and they ended up getting some more injuries. They lost their one of their starting safeties, Rap, to a concussion. I believe there's another player down who was missing a couple series here. And I think yeah, man, it was just an all around dominant performance from Baltimore. Rushed for over 200 yards. Lamar did not have to really throw the ball at really much. Just threw it 18 times for 156 yards. His number one receiver for the night was his running backs. Derrick Henry had 3 catches for 10 yards, which is more than any of the tight ends or wide receivers. Justice Hill was the top choice, 6 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown, also a running back. So outside of 5 passes for Lamar here and Josh Johnson, only 5 passes went to running backs or tight ends. Everything else went to running backs. So it just kind of shows you that Baltimore just did not need to run the ball or pass the ball to really anybody. So dominant performance, 271 on the ground. Let me see here. Couple takeaways, couple fumbles recovered by the Baltimore Ravens here. Kyle Hamilton had a big one. And anybody else here? And Ricard was able to recover a Derrick Henry fumble in the end zone for a touchdown. So tough one. Yeah, man. Your Cowboys, man, they got a big win. It probably wasn't pretty. Again, I didn't see the game, but hey, man, a win's a win in this league. You take them at whenever you can. The Texans got a big one. Bounced back after that big loss to Minnesota last week. Commanders continue to roll, man. Holy cow. Obviously, the biggest surprise of the season thus far. Rookie quarterback looking like a franchise quarterback. And of course, Bo Nix outdueling Aaron Rodgers. Did not have that on my bingo card for the week as well. We had a couple rookie quarterbacks get their first touchdowns. Bo Nix, Caleb Williams got his first passing touchdown as well. That Packers game, what looked like was going to be one of the biggest blowouts of the season, ended up being only a 2-point game at the end. Yeah, Lions and Seahawks. I'm definitely going to be streaming that game. That's going to be a fun one. I hope. Let me see here. Actually, I have to look because I know there 2 games going on Monday night. Let's see here. There is going to be 2 games, and yep. So officially, we will be doing the Lions and the Seahawks on this channel. I don't have access to regular ESPN, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to get those games later on in the season when ESPN Plus is not showing anything. So Luckily, this tomorrow we will be streaming Seattle and Detroit, which I believe is going to be the better of the two games. I definitely did not want to watch or stream Tennessee versus Miami. So, oh, so the two games, sweet, yeah. So hopefully you guys drop by. That'll be it for tonight. This game, wish it was a little bit closer, wish it was a little bit more competitive, but I guarantee you both of these teams are going to be in the playoffs. So this may not be the last time we see them going up against each other. And hopefully that matchup is a lot better. So once again, if you've been here the entire time, I know definitely Seastrom, you've been here for basically the entire stream. So once again, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for hanging out today, not just once, but twice. And anybody else, I see another person here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, I'll see everybody here tomorrow night. Hopefully, it'll be bigger and better. We hopefully we'll get some more people in the chat and make it a little bit more engaging for everybody here. Hopefully, we can get some Lions and some Seattle fans here. Maybe they'll talk some trash with each other, but either way, we'll be rocking and rolling. I'll be here at uh at 7:15. So have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much, and just have a wonderful night. Catch you guys tomorrow. I'll catch you guys later. Once again, my name is Dave. Please like, subscribe, helps out the channel. And finally, don't forget, I am not a coach.